Hey everyone, hope you are well, hope you are good, hope you're having a poppin' evening. Welcome to Beat Freaks' Poetry Jam. My name is Chloe, I work at Beat Freaks, I'm our community engager. However, before we get started and introduce these two lovely ladies, I wanted to explain a bit about what Poetry Jam is. Now, Poetry Jam is our monthly event which happens on the first Thursday of every single month, and it's where local poets and international poets come to express their views on their lives, their world, their communities, what they think about politics, all through spoken word. Now, just a heads up, people here have freedom of expression. So they can say what they want and they can do what they want as long as it does not hurt another person or another group of people. Now, that we have got that little disclaimer out of the way, I would love to introduce our two co-hosts for tonight. So I'm going to go straight over to Tapua.
Hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Like, as you know, I just finished those crisps.
Yeah.
They weren't my favourite flavour. They were salt and vinegar.
Aww.
Put in the comments below your favourite flavour of crisps. But yeah, I'm good. Like, what's going on?
Nothing really. My life is so boring. So especially now there's a lockdown, I just kind of move from my bed to my desk and back and forth, and that's it. But what about you?
Me, when I say work, I'm moving from my bed to my desk to the shops to go buy food and back to my desk. But we're loving it. We're really busy here at Beat Freaks. Got a lot of work going on, which is amazing. And actually, speaking of work, you were both recently funded.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, so me and Tia were part of a podcast called Minutes in Melanin. So we applied for the Fuel Commission with Beat Freaks and we were awarded with that. So we've been busy putting that money to good use and just working on putting out our podcast.
Amazing. And is it okay, Brittany, if you could just explain a bit about who you are and then what Minutes to Melanin is?
Okay. So I'm Brittany. I'm a student. I study international relations at St Andrews, which is in Scotland. And Minutes in Melanin is like me and Tapiwa and my sister Chanaya's baby. It is our little project that we've created. It's a space for young Black women to have their say on whatever it is they want to speak about, to be involved in conversations rather than just constantly being talked about. And we're working on releasing our first podcast episode, which will be available on all streaming platforms very soon. So yeah, that's pretty much Miss Melanie. I don't know if I've missed anything.
No, I think you've pretty much said what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you. And no way, are you Chanaya's older sister?
Yeah.
I know her from, she was involved with Beat Freaks. You all went to London together years ago. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's why you have good energy. It runs in the family. But amazing. So without further ado, we are gonna kick off with the first poet of the night, Jemima. When I say our magic computer in the sky, aka Bogdan, is gonna play her video now. Hopefully that's what happens. So, little drum roll. It's a bit awkward because none of us want to hit our laptops.
Boom.
We haven't got money to replace these laptops today.
My heart. Echoing your knock, knock, knock. My eyes dart at the clock. You're late. I make you wait for all of 15 seconds as I straighten up my hair that's already straight. I push down the handle along with my eagerness. A creak, mimicking myself, questioning, adrenaline rushes to my blushing cheeks. Eyes of intent greet me. Your air of arrogance enters before you, passing my self-control, making it swift exit. This is no Brexit. Drink? After the day I've had? Absolutely. I haven't had that kind of day. But you don't need to know that. This small talk is only in the way. If dignity came served in a tumbler over ice with a slice and tasted like Kraken, you brought rum? Sweet. Then I would drink it neat. But my dignity slips away as seamlessly as the liquor wanders astray into my bloodstream. You're ready to play. I noticed you scanned my body with those plunge pool eyes. They're black, right? Funny. So are mine. I spent just enough time making myself look fine, just enough effort to look hot, plus a little extra effort to make it look like I haven't had to make the effort to look this hot. Your weakness was emphasised when your plunge pool eyes stopped at my thighs. The upper handed to me. I'm in control, but you intended me to be. Didn't you? You're unaware of my reasoning, but for that, I thank you. It might be the Kraken telling me to crack on, but I'm all ears. Inhibitions disappear, our chemistry shifting up a gear. As our movements intensify, our bodies become further intertwined. My effervescence screaming availability, the perfect cover for my harboured hostility. But your focus is pinpointed on my agility, my not so graceful motion and my gnarly flexibility. I was hooked when you lifted me off of my feet, those thighs, you remember, they gripped you. We both felt the heat. Only since that moment I was planning my retreat. I parallel my libidinous temperament with yours, overflowing temptation encouraging me to explore. Pressure passes from my body to yours. I privately question how much longer I can endure. I can feel the intoxication, but I can't gauge the cause. It could be you, the rum, or the fear of unloosing my most substantial flaw. All is not as it appears, but you're tantalising my every sense, even through swallowed tears, so I persevere. Because I am worthy of this liberation, your generosity and stimulation, but my mind is rejecting your invitation and I'm writhing away into my foreseen damnation. I feel as though I'm choking on my extreme palpitations. The adrenaline that flushed my cheeks has now activated a fight or flight flirtation. In an attempt to convince my mind that this is not an obligation, you're reading my body language and sense my hesitation. We both retract. That trigger word, relax. I shake and I shake off my unwelcome flashback, a colossal drawback of being damaged goods. To feel like your body has been hijacked. This is shaping up to be one spectacular anti-climax.
Woo! Wow, okay. How did you both find that?
I thought it was really emotional. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, like I really felt like, I don't know, just like, oh yeah.
Was I the only one who at the start thought it was about alcohol and relationship with alcohol, but then halfway through I was like, wait, this is about a relationship? I don't know if my life is dead, but that went over my head like straight away.
No, same. At the beginning, I thought she was just talking about, I thought it was like really menial conversation. I thought it was something about small talk, and then it got deeper and deeper, and I was just like, whoa.
100%. And what I'm interested in is like something that I really picked up about Jemima was her delivery. Like it was on point. I think at the end, I felt like I was listening to Eminem Rap God. And a question that I kind of have for both of you is when you're doing your podcast, do you actually always have in the forefront of your mind about how you deliver your words and your sentences, or do you just naturally kind of chat away?
I think like our goal is usually just trying to like emulate like just natural conversation. So it's best like to go with as little planning as possible. So unlike Jemima, we wouldn't really know what we're saying. We have like a rough idea, but we don't like script it or plan it to that extent because we really just want to react to things in the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
I was just gonna add, like, I don't think we like even think about delivery. I think we kind of pretend that no one else is watching, and it's just so.
And speaking of that, have either of you two ever performed?
Not like seriously. Like I used to do primary school talent shows. That's literally it. Like not like anything serious. And but
no, like Chennai, who's like the third member of our team, she's more the artsy like performer. Like she does spoken word, for example. So she could probably relate more to Jemima's thinking process and putting emotions and thoughts that deeply into what you're saying. But like,
Something that I seen on Twitter the other day was a post saying that who you played in primary school in the nativity says a lot about how you are today.
That made me so emotional because I was, until like say like year 6, I was always like the farm animals, and I was like, what?
I was the camel.
Yeah.
No, what does that mean?
Exactly.
He was like, I was Brittany. No, sorry, I was Mary.
I don't remember what I was. I don't.
Sorry, Brittany isn't a character in the nativity. Listen, this is my first time hosting on Zoom, so excuse any slip-ups. But amazing. So the next person that we have up is Rem. So the computer in the sky, aka Bogdan, is going to put Rem's poem on now. Whilst that's happening,
in a world for the talent, how do I show my talent? How do I break away from the pack and show the world it ain't a biggie? Being yourself, it could be easy. Look, I've got a goal, and yeah, I'm gonna make it. I don't know if you're hating, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm amazing. But still, I'm full of anxiety. Shadowboxing against my depression still couldn't quiet me. Akin to being quirkless in this hero society, still couldn't snuff the fire out of me. Only increased the savagery, inspired mastery. I still don't understand the powers inside of me. But I was made in his image. So I don't see an outcome without me winning that spiritually, mentally, physically. The waterfalls of life are pouring into me. So another day I wake up, that's another day I'm winning. Even when it's coupled with sinning. So the apple stays visible in my throat. I guess the sin was with me from the beginning. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. How did you two find that?
I like that one. It was like short and sweet, but it was, you can hear like the emotion in his voice, and I liked it. Yeah.
What about you, Tapiwa? Oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah, me neither.
Don't worry about it. So, speak again.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Now, basically, I was just saying that I really I like the rhythm that he was speaking in, and it kind of had like, I don't know, like
A little beat.
yeah, do you know what I mean? Like I could just
Yeah.
yeah.
I found it interesting. Like I heard a little bit of talk about anxiety within the poem, and I'm finding it more and more interesting how it's coming into conversation a lot more. Like I think when we were all younger, you wouldn't really hear about mental health, and especially again stuff like anxiety, depression. But now, especially poets are using it a lot and expressing it a lot within their work.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think especially like we can speak from like a Black perspective. It is like something that isn't as like so to hear like a Black man like talking about his experience with mental health is like refreshing.
100%. And I suppose that's why art is so beautiful, and mediums like podcasts, poetry, theatre are amazing because it's accessible. Like someone in year 6, like a young Black boy in year 6 could watch that and then grow up and know that it's okay for him to speak about that. And that is truly the power of work like Rems.
Yeah. No, I agree. Definitely.
But amazing. So up next we have the phenomenal Arabella. So if
and a wealth for the talent.
Cue that up.
I'm limited by options of inseparability. I stand with my country in one voice, in unity. I've woken up to the smell of ripe rot in the place where I watched my hope wither, as the breeze blew it far beyond the seas, across the ocean to be precise. I became trapped in my idea of freedom. Far-fetched from what I dreamed of, I lost sight of the promises over Nigeria that only a true believer could see. So I've woken up now to the smell of ripe rot, but only in the corner of a boat my country's been put in. So instead of running, I'll settle in, because it's either me or the dead thing, and my life is more valuable than the price they put on it when their guns swing over their shoulders, into their palms, as they disregard the front sight, knowing the barrel is never empty. They cock obnoxiously, as their bellies filled with the food and drinks spent with pennies stolen from innocence, and because they know nothing more than this murderous life they live, we seem to manage the pain of their crimes long enough to boost their egos. Everything goes. In a country where there is lawlessness, everything is free flow, but freedom has never seemed so close. One revolution after the other, we're chasing your vision as our frequency and the world's static collide to produce bursting agony as they still kill. So where is the government? In quote. The ones who've watched us die for their enjoyment. Where are those who vowed to protect us loosely as their hands gripped their power but not the responsibility? Such callousness will never deserve my vote. I can vote, and my failure to do so will be exactly like driving a knife through the dead thing that lives on my country's boat. I'm only a representation of the power of my people, who are strong enough, fearless enough, too resilient to ever stop the ones they thought were foolishly young, in quote. Those are the only people saving us now. They're saving us. I mean, they're saving us, the ones that are staring us down, wondering what all the noise is about, failing to understand that they're past their time, as we've already given them the benefit of doubt. So step aside, as my country doesn't need a ruler, it needs its people. And the longer you sit in that rock we pride ourselves on, our numbers will only triple. The only thing we want is for you to do something. End SARS. And make our lives worth living. End SARS. Stop the killings. This is our problem and we won't sleep till it's solved. If anything, we've made it simple. We'll help you clean the mess for free. Simply give us the life that we're fighting for. End SARS. And stop the killings.
Wow, I think everyone just needs a moment to let that resonate. because Arabella is a poetry powerhouse, and I think once again she's touched upon a topic which deserves an infinite amount of spotlight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know, it's really kind of emotional to Eve. It's like she's put like this emotional plea like so beautifully into like her work, and it's like emotional to hear because you can hear it in her voice, but also like the things that she's speaking about, like they evoke an emotional response as well.
100%. What are you thinking, Tapua? Oh, Mike.
Can't hear you.
Not yet.
No.
Cool. Don't worry about that. We can get back to that and fix the mic. But yeah, I feel like Tapua would definitely say that was a very powerful piece.
Yeah, no, she would.
100%. And you know, some of the lines from it was like, everything goes in a country where there is lawless. It is slow. And genuinely, there's one thing being an amazing wordsmith, but there's another thing being someone like Arabella, who also has the feeling and the passion and the conviction behind it, because it makes you, as an individual, want to get up and make change and get involved.
For real. Yeah. I think she's like put what so many young people have been saying like for the past couple of months. She's just put it so perfectly, where it's like you can understand. She's like highlighted the topic, but she's also put like her personal like viewpoint there. But I don't know. I thought it was a beautiful piece. I thought it was really powerful.
It's one of the pieces that if it was performed in real life, you wouldn't hear a single click. You wouldn't hear someone. It's something where people would just be in awe. And would be silent and would be taking it in.
No, for real, yeah.
100%. And I think if you'd like to know more about NSARS and know how to help the movement and become educated, if you go onto our Instagram at BeatFreaks, so BeatFreeks, we have 3 posts which literally say, what is SARS? How can we help end SARS? And then a middle one which is just a graphic of protests, and under that in the caption there's an abundance of information on how you can help to end SARS. And then on top of that, if you just Google end SARS, it was in the photo, the image that was put up with her piece. Again, you'll find an abundance of places where you can donate to, things you can tweet out, things that you can do to, again, educate yourself and family members, so that hopefully that we can end SARS and help young people in Nigeria. But anywho, so next up we have the phenomenal Nicholas. Nick runs a podcast as well called the Unscripted Podcast, which I am sure he will drop in the comments below. So if Computer in the Sky, if you could cue up Nick's work, that would be absolutely brilliant.
Hello, I'm Nicholas J. Barlow. I mean, I've been doing these for a bit of time, but hello to any new people. First of all, I hope you're well. Second, this is a poetry jam, so I will do my poem. This is called The Forgotten Generation. You can guess what it's about. I am a member of the Forgotten Generation. We are the Forgotten Generation. A ballsy statement, you might say. I know the tragedy, trials and tribulations, tricks of the trade and terror. The things we have been subjected to are less than ideal. We're told to carry on with a smile. Chin up, everything's going to be alright. Creatives and artists being told their lives are not worthy. Fuck off. We're not making a living either, but you use us like we're ether. Not to mention the mutilated system you're more than happy to run for students to run away from. One way or another, we'll make you pay. Not through taxes or a judgment day, just letting your mind eat away at itself. You should have looked after your mental health. It's a scary prospect when you're stuck talking to yourself. I know it well. I fear the worst. Not death. Not my own death. Not my friend's death. Or my family's death. I fear myself. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a good night, and yeah.
Wow. Okay, so before we jump in, can we do a little mic check for Tapua? Yeah? Is it connected? Okay, well, no problem. If you just pop what you're thinking into the comment section on YouTube so that me and Brittany can read it out for you, and then we're gonna chat to you. Is that good? But everyone, like our lovely audience members, you will still get to see the facial expressions, because as we know, a picture paints 1,000 words. But on the note of words, how did you find the poem?
I thought it was really good. It went in some different directions than I thought it was going in. At first, I was like, because he was talking about how he's going through a lot of trauma, and like no one's helping him process that. And I feel like, yeah, that like I feel that, I hear that. Like as a Black woman living throughout this year, I feel like it's just been trauma on top of trauma, and you kind of are expected to push through. And then it was just like, wait, he's not talking about that, he's talking about this. But like, yeah, I liked it. I did like it. It was more of a like dramatic piece.
Yeah, 100%. And what I find interesting about poetry is how we all pick out completely different things from it. Because for me, I don't know, again, if I've completely misheard something, but at the start, when I think he said something like, I know the tragedy, trials and tribulations, tricks of the trade. As soon as I heard that, I thought of capitalism. I thought of like my political views. All of that started streaming in. And I think alongside with the kind of connotations of the forgotten generation, that's something that I hear a lot in the political atmosphere. So like that's straight away where my mind went.
No, I hear that. And he was talking, I don't know, I feel like it is like personal interpretation, but I heard him talk about students as well. When he's talking about like the golden generation, I feel like I can understand, like we keep hearing we're in the golden generation. Then what are like people doing for young people?
100%. Like, you know what, like back in the day when there was no media, like I feel like people were so much like more stress-free, but then the other stresses were wild. And at the same time, it's like, I wonder if we're ever going to get to that point in history where it is actually a golden era, like minor conflicts, minor stress points, etc.
Oh no.
And I just got a message from Tom Nelson, our head of community, asking if the Piwa can test her mic. So take it away, do a little harmony. No, okay, cool. Mike's still not on here, but I'm going to keep checking this chat so that if you put anything in, you can still be involved in this conversation. That all good?
Yeah.
Amazing. So everyone, don't forget to drop comments on how you're finding this, and also please screenshot this whole live stream, add it to your Instagram stories, post it on Twitter, send it to your grandma. I don't mind who you send it to, but make sure you tag at Beat Freaks, because we want more viewers, as us we're out here on an evening spending our time looking at this poetry. And when I say it's a good time, but we need some more appreciation up in this room, so thank you. Anywho, we are now going to move over to our next poet, who is called Lewis, whose social media is spoken to the number 2 and then life. So magic computer in the sky, if you could play Lewis's work, please.
The viewers and the people that watch it. So what I've done in this poem, I basically wrote down the shows that I wanted to use, and I've included them in the poem and used them as play on words to try and help me say what I want to get across. This piece doesn't have a name, so if you do like it, then come and chat to me at the end if you can think of a name, but yeah. I'm going to move this down. Cool. It seems to me we've reached a stage where so many people are chasing fame. Popularity is something that is deemed so vital, that has become one of the world's most poisonous idols. Throughout the course of the 21st century, there's been a clear uprise of reality TV, and now our idea of reality is being falsely depicted. But to this type of television, so many have become addicted. A population engaged by such meaningless trash, dominated by people just seeking validation and cash. To be honest, the whole setup irritates me to my core. That's why you'll never catch me watching Geordie Shore. I don't understand the appeal. You're gonna have to help me, because it's only bitterness and gossip I see being made in Chelsea. Chase fame and fortune, that seems to be the message in that incredible show, The Only Way is Essex. But you see, what they don't tell you is this way can often lead to wreckage, because how many of them are truly fulfilled? I bet it's a very low percentage. A big mouth and a big ego, that seems to be the requirement. Drawn in by all the drama and excitement, glossed up for the camera, always looking so vibrant. I don't know why they don't just call it Lust Island. And sorry if what I'm saying is getting you a bit vexed. Maybe you disagree, maybe you think I'm incorrect. But if I remember correct, I'm pretty sure the winning couple split up by text. Celebrity couples getting so much attention. These programs contribute to your desires intensing, leaving so many yearning for this love and affection. It's become an obsession, but they've all got crooked intentions, feeding the flesh, that's all they're intending. Lies of the media spreading like an infection. That's the fact of the matter. It's all a fix, just like the X Factor. But you've been deceived into thinking it's reality. But in actuality, all it does is just produce more vanity and get you to focus solely on physicality. The ways of this world can so easily filter into your system, and then of disappointment you will surely be a victim. That's why you've got to approach everything with wisdom. Just take a step back and get out this toxic rhythm, because this world is deceptive. That's why you've got to stay protected, and I can see it. So many people are now, but for so long you've been trapped in that big brother house. And now it's this dead-end relationship that you're stuck with. Maybe that's because it's the Kardashians you've been keeping up with. And it's like you're trying to make progress, but you're constantly on a backtrack. Maybe because you get your counsel from Backchat. Follow this way at your own expense, because the current divorce rate is at 42%. That doesn't even include people who are not married, which poses the question, how many people are in relationships and truly aren't happy? So many are just stuck in this constant back and forth. You can't hack it no more, but you keep going back because you want the beat. That's why you're still caught up with your ex on the beach. And please don't think I'm judging, because trust me, I've been there. But this way is destructive, so just beware. Because toxic relationships dominate our society. Too many people are just suffering quietly. So gotta just pray for a spiritual earthquake so you can wipe out programs like First Dates. Gotta break free from influence of the media, lies they've been feeding you. Now it's anxiety and pain that is greeting you. Because they make it look so glamorous, in actual fact it's hazardous. How happy are these people when they're not in front of cameras? So make a run for safety and make it speedy. I know getting free from this can not be easy, but I'm not getting sucked in now, that can not be me. I still can't believe we made a program where we watch people watch TV. But hey, what do I know? I'm just trying to express myself and do it freely. And if you hadn't figured out by now, I really do despise reality TV.
I'm a geezer, mate. That was like,
no, that one was sick. I thought it was cool. I like the message as well about how like reality TV does kind of make people have to put up a front. I love reality TV, so when he was calling out some of those names, I was like,
100%, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians back in the day when Kim lost the earring in the ocean. When I say that is the best video that I've ever seen in my life.
No, for real. No, I like that one. It was like, it had a message, but it was a fun delivery.
Exactly, like it was like very like, oh, it can affect your mental health, it can affect your relationships, but then at the same time, the way that he was saying it, I couldn't stop creasing. So I was like, should I laugh? Should I or like what? Like, do you know what I mean?
For real. No.
But anyway, talk about reality TV. What do you watch?
I watch everything. I love my favorite reality TV shows. I'm stuck on The Real Housewives now, but like early episodes of them because they're on Netflix. I watch about everything. Made in Chelsea. I just started Towie, but like the first couple of episodes.
Like, do you like Gemma Collins?
I do. I watch her the separate show she's got, like the GC one. I think she's like a diva, and you know what? I'm here for it. I'm all about cocky women, so
yes,
I love her.
She's toned down though. Like back in days,
she?
I'm claustrophobic, Darren. Like I don't like games, all of that stuff. And now she's out here like, I need to get my crystals. You know, I need to do some yoga. I'm thinking, Gemma, like, don't let lockdown get me down. Like, come back. We need the energy. It's the only thing that will get me through this second half.
Oh my god, no, definitely during the first lockdown, I rekindled my love with reality TV. If Tapia could speak, she'd vouch for how much I love reality TV.
100%. Like lockdown, me and my best friend just watching so much Gemma Collins. Like it gets bad where you get back to the Tiffany Pollard days and you're still watching. And it's like I was barely talking at this stage, but I'm desperate for content.
No, honestly.
Anyway, talking about Gemma Collins, the next poet, Ivana, I know that she really loves Gemma Collins, so this is a perfect segue to her work. So her name is Ivana, aka Goddess Flows. So computer in the sky, if you could please put on her poem.
In the African diaspora, we have many homes, and all of which I don't fully reside in. Starved of our indigenous culture, our history stripped of melanin, consumed by fear of rejection and integration into this British culture, presented with apparent opportunities and freedoms from this current angle, I see so much more. So much richness in my African soul. On this African soil where our melanated skin can shine like the gold they stole from us. Enslaved in our own land. Tortured and traded as assets without consent. Our bodies not considered as worthy in this superficial hierarchy. The rankings are permanently fixed. They say it's entwined in our biology. Learning the culture that was not gifted to me in the same way as my forefathers. My mouth can identify the sweetness in my cultural foods. Growing in our fertile land, they are harvested and presented as offerings to nourish our bodies. Our African tongues, wrapped in multiple dialects, none of which I can speak, but it sounds like home. Our bodies are adorned with kente cloth, woven with cotton and silk to communicate symbolism of royalty, spirituality, and healing. saturated in a history which cannot be amended to relieve guilt. It can never be erased or forgotten. To not learn this history would be an incomplete understanding of my identity. It is an honor to carry these African features in a land they thought and still think we are not worthy to be in. So I will play my African music loudly. My blackness used to describe the night sky, but my body will move with so much light. My hair, not something to be tamed or declared as appropriate according to standards which don't acknowledge my existence. I will take the path my ancestors paved for me, walking with strength amplified in my gait, without the weight of shackles on my hands and feet. True emancipation proclaimed through their spiritual feet.
Quite a long fade out, isn't it? Wow. Just wow. Like, okay, I could talk for hours about this poem, but how did both of you find that?
No. But no, I was gonna say I love that one. I love the visual aspect as well, that like it tells a story by itself. But I loved it. I think I can relate, although I'm not part of like the African diaspora. I can relate to being part of the diaspora and trying to find your feet and trying to find your place in it. And also, I just loved it. I feel like it was just this celebration of like coming to find yourself as a Black woman, which is in itself this like amazing but long journey that she just put it so perfectly. Like, yeah.
100%, and I think just the honesty within it is
Yeah.
different. Alongside, I think it was Ruth Holder who directed it. She's a
Yeah.
phenomenal Black cinematographer.
Mm.
It was a girl called Arisa Foster who actually produced it, and then they were funded through fuel funding like you two, but actually worked with Birmingham Young Filmmakers Network to make it. And I
Okay.
think it's a perfect example of Ivana's brought her personal experience and her story put into absolutely top tier phenomenal poetry, and then
Yeah.
handed it over to a team who have been able to actually listen to her story, not appropriate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it was beautiful. I think even when she, like, there's just like little things you can relate to, like when she was talking about like finding her love for like her hair. Like, I know that that's something me and people are gonna like discuss on our podcast, because it's like any like Black women or Black girls listening, like, you know, the struggle that you go through with like first like loving your hair, then like the actual practicalities of dealing with it. Like, I love this poem. I thought it was just like a beautiful little celebration, little journey that she took us on.
100%. And before we get to the next act, I was wondering, can we have one last go at trying to see if Tapiwa's mic is gonna connect? Hello. Cool, no problem. Well, if you put anything into the chat, I will be able to see it. Oh, getting a little feedback. Is that from you?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Is that working? I'm just not gonna move because I have no idea how this is working and how it stopped working.
Amazing. Wow. Oh, speak again.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Everyone, welcome to We're Back. Like, down below, our good sis has returned. I'm so happy. Amazing. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce Mickey Angel. He's performed at Poetry Jam for literally the last 5 years. He's helped volunteer at Poetry Jam. And today, the Magic Computer in the Sky is going to play one of his amazing pieces.
Hi, my name is Mickey Angel. but you can call me Kyle or Mikhail, or I don't even care anymore. Every day it feels like I have ran a 10,000-mile marathon, and with no break, nothing to drink, and just constantly being bombarded with negativity like you're not good enough, or everyone will abandon you when you need them the most, or something even worse than that. The weather may always shine and sparkle with hope and confidence, but to me, it just feels like paper arrows being shot to my impenetrable wall of isolation. I don't deserve no love from family, no support from friends, and definitely no help from anybody, even the devil or God. Hi. My name is... I don't even know what to call myself anymore. Because to the eyes of the world, I may seem like a confident and friendly person, but inside, I'm nothing but the tiniest crumb of life left to rot, to be constantly tortured till I can't stop crying, and be always brought down by my anvils, permanently sealed to my feet as it shatters. It shatters who I am and leaves me with what I deserve. Nothing. Hi. I don't even know what to call myself anymore. I don't even know what my name is. And I choose to not ask for help, as that's all I'll always be. Nothing more and nothing less.
Wow. I'm going to start off by saying that the progression in Mickey's poetry over the years, I'm going to catch you two both up because I feel like everyone deserves to be a part of Mickey's journey, has been phenomenal. Seeing him perform back in 2016 to today is such a huge contrast, and we've seen him go from, you know, more natural poetry to more sparky poetry, which is so fueled by emotion, to, you know, he's even done poetry mixed with using AI and technology, and now he's just kind of come forward in this really raw, sentimental piece, and it is just absolutely phenomenal and beautiful to see such a diverse poet. And I'm so interested in how both of you, especially Tapiwa, because I haven't been able to hear you for the last 10 minutes, has found that poem.
Can you hear me?
Yes! Oh, God.
Oh,
Yes.
hello?
Yes,
I
carry
feel like
on.
you're doing
Start
some
again.
I'm just gonna talk really loud. I feel like it was really raw and emotional, and I don't know, maybe I couldn't hear, like, I don't necessarily know exactly what he was speaking about, in the sense of like why it was so emotional and raw, if that makes sense. I don't know if that just maybe went over my head, but I do feel like, you know, you could, like, I feel like he was really vulnerable in this piece, and yeah, that was like something that I like felt inside.
Definitely. Then Brittany, what are you thinking?
No, I agree. Some parts of it you can tell it's coming from like, well, I don't know. I got that it was coming from like a darker place, or like Tia was saying, like he was being vulnerable through his poetry, and that can always be appreciated. It was like, yeah, it was more somber note, but still really powerful. And like even you talking about the journey that he's been on, and like, yeah, it seems like his final product seems really good. So I can't wait to hear more.
Definitely. And what I found interesting is he started off with like, hey, hi, my name is Mickey, it's this, it's that, and then halfway through he was just like, hi, my name is, and then left it.
Yeah.
And he was like, hi, I don't know what my name is. And I just think it was so simple and such a simple technique, but it really hit me. Like that feeling of losing your identity and being so many different things to different people, to only really knowing what you've been told, to knowing nothing about yourself, was just portrayed so phenomenally in such a short poem.
No, definitely.
I'm doing like GCSE English literature. curtains were red, so we were sad. But yeah, so without further ado, we have our second to last poet, which is Mia. So she was also funded by the Black Words Matter project with Birmingham Young Filmmakers Network. So, Computer in the Sky, if you could please put on Mia's piece. Oh. Oh.
Nigger juice. Nigger juice. You called me a racial slur and you couldn't even contextualize it correctly. It's true that racism and stupidity go hand in hand, but who is surprised? Nigger juice, nigger juice. If you say a word enough times, it loses its meaning, but nigger juice doesn't. The words don't lose their sting. The rash spreads into not feeling comfortable with nigger being said by friends. Nigger juice, nigger juice. That's not me. I am a beautiful black woman who knows her worth. I am not my race. I am no nigger, and the juice I have is not yours. Who are you to say I'm a nigger? I'm not dirty or less than you. You are not superior to me. Nigger juice, nigger juice. What do I do now? I don't want to confront you, but I fear it is my duty to. You will not speak about me like that and get away with it. Actions have consequences, and I'll make sure of it. You will not succeed when they know what you've said. Nigger juice, nigger juice. It's not just me. Your friend called another girl a nigger too, but she doesn't know. I might tell her, but I can deal with this myself. Not just a one-time thing, serial racist, if you will. You don't need a shovel. You have dug the hole yourself. It's as if you knew that I had your headstone ready, and you dug the grave using your spiteful tongues. Nigger juice, nigger juice. Say it one more time, I dare you. Take one more dig and watch this nigger bite back. God, I hate that word now. It's fitting that such a dirty slur would come from your rotten souls and foul personalities. This is about their behaviour. It doesn't reflect on me. I will rise. I see the colours in the rainbow and the colours of skin for their beauty and radiance. None are dirtier than others. All are pure, all are worth something, all are equal. Nigger juice. I say it this one last time, so you can hear the severity in those 3 syllables. It is not right to shy away from the word, to avoid the seriousness of it when people of colour are being called it constantly like it's nothing. We face our problems head on and deal with them, starting with you.
Wow. Mia's coming through with power, with impact, and like she said in the poem, I will rise. I feel like this poem is her rising and her fighting back.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I feel like at first people kind of feel like, oh, and then she obviously she keeps repeating the nigger juice, nigger juice. But I think she makes a point in the end, like you can't shy away from the word when like people have to deal with the consequences of it head on. Like if people are uncomfortable, then you have to deal with that discomfort. You can't shy away from it. And I think by her like carrying on repeating it, it's kind of like you're not gonna ignore that I said that.
100%. What are you thinking, Tapua?
We can't hear.
Oh, we can't hear you.
I feel like it was
go on.
really unapologetic and strong, and I don't know, like I feel like she did a good job of like, you know, because I think some people don't really get like why it's so deep, like especially like when they hear it in rap songs and stuff, and I feel like she was kind of just like reiterating the reasons why, and really kind of calling out people that use the word, and I think rightfully so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And I remember, so I seen the premiere when this was shown back, and I can remember like straight away, some of the questions were like, why did you choose to be so impactful? Why did you choose to say the word so many times? And it's like, she chose to do that because it was her right. And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I think in the premiere, she spoke a bit about actually, hearing those words, her experiences. And if she's had to go through that from a young age, like, who is anyone to tell her that she can't say
How
it
to deal with it.
in her
Yeah.
poetry for her own right?
No, for real. I think, go on.
Now I was gonna say, I feel like people may not necessarily like to hear it because they feel uncomfortable, but I feel like, when if like, I feel like many people may be able to resonate. Like, sometimes being Black, you feel uncomfortable all the time, and I feel like nothing really, like, no one, you can't kind of get change by being comfortable all the time. So I feel like her use of the word, like, is really kind of like purposeful in that.
Yeah.
What were you
No,
gonna
and I
say?
think, what?
I said, what were you gonna say? Because I cut you off earlier.
Oh no, I was gonna say, touch on what Chloe said before about how she's talking about people might be uncomfortable, but like she's allowed to reclaim this word and do what she wants with it. Like, it's been used almost like as some like type of violent weapon against her. Like, so if that's her liberation and that's what her liberation looks like, you can't talk down on it, you can't criticize it. I feel like people should take the discomfort they have in hearing the word and have that same discomfort in seeing and being part of racism.
100%. And again, that's why the poem's so phenomenal, and I feel like that's why it needs to be played in more places. And it needs to be heard by people. It needs to make people feel uncomfortable so that things change. And not even just that, like, it's a phenomenal piece. The filmmaking in it is phenomenal. I don't know, Mia can actually drop down who like the cinematographers are, who the editors are, because it's so top tier. Just as a product in itself, it's absolutely unbelievable. But speaking of top tier, last but not least, we have one of the most top tier poets I have ever witnessed in my life. He is fuel funded. He has been funded by us to create, a poetry kind of event for poets in Birmingham and London to connect. He has also been a part of Black Words Matter, and he has performed, I think, everywhere from primary schools to Wembley, like, you name it, this man has performed there. So, without further ado, our last poet, Computer in the Sky, if you could play Ryan Sinclair's video.
Pretty black girl, yeah, I'm talking to you. Skin ain't cracked, girl, yeah, I'm talking to you. Hair in plaits, girl, yeah, I'm talking to you. Our men are trash, girls, yeah, I'm talking to you.
It was just weird. So weird. Thanks.
So, tell me about it then. What happened?
Like, I didn't know anyone in the office, but they all seemed surprised to see me. And the receptionist, like, looked at me like I wasn't supposed to be there. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't fill out the race part of the form. Like, I just ticked other, like always.
You know what? Don't even worry about it. If this wasn't to work out, you've still got 2 more. Okay, 1 then. No, you'll smash that one.
Oh, that reminds me. Actually, can we stop by the shop because I need to get some shampoo and conditioner and some foundation as well.
Yeah, there's a super drug on the way.
I can't get my stuff from there. We need to go by the black hair shop.
See anything you like?
Not really.
Is it your actress something?
The foundation and maybe some lipstick.
Oh, going all out for tomorrow, are we?
Yeah, I have to. This is my last chance. You have no idea the amount of debt that I'm in.
Is it me or does the shopkeeper keep looking at us? No, don't look yet. No.
Let's just get our shit and get out of here.
Are you playing at nothing?
What? What do you mean?
Poor Sam must have said excuse me about 10 times.
For real? I didn't hear anything.
What do you do without me, eh?
Probably crumble and die.
So what's the plan for tomorrow?
Wake up early and see how it goes. It's not like I can do anything more than that.
Babe, you've got this. You just need to be yourself and you'll get it.
I don't think me being myself is what they're looking for, is it? The interview. That's what was weird about it. Like, there wasn't a single black person in the office. I mean, I'm used to there not being any women, but you at least see one black guy. Not only that, but the receptionist looked at me like she was surprised to see me. Like I'd entered into some black-free space.
Can't believe things like this still happen.
Miss Brooks, we're ready for you. Please take a seat. Shall we begin? Pretty black girl, yeah, I'm talking to you. Skin ain't cracked girl, yeah, I'm talking to you. Hair in plaits girl, yeah, I'm talking to you. Our men are trash girls, yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the black girls, the ones that attend beauty queens. With or without your consumerism, you're already a beauty queen. You're the trendsetter. Online in them stores, they're following you it seems. They try and brush away your influence, but remember what rises to the top. I know you're used to cream. I know you face many conditions. They have to try and condition you. But can two sisters walk into a store and get some conditioner without being watched and stopped like guards with prisoners? They love what you look like, but prefer when they can create products and give it you. As a community, we're not quite there yet, but we've come a long way. And I understand sometimes you want your weave long, straight, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but the moment you stop buying into them, that'll be the moment that they go ape. Maybe that's why they call us monkeys, because metrics tell me when it gets hot, you don't need no sunscreen. Real black men don't care if your hair is down, out, or in a scrunchie. And look, I know you need your cocoa and your shea butter, but what sense does it make buying from others when your ancestors are from the places that make butter? I love seeing young black women create brands and get paid from it, because for far too long, others have made money with your face on it. I'm invested in you because one day I might have a little black girl of my own, so I pay homage. And every chapter of my story, there'll be a page on it. You don't need to wear dark and lovely to be dark and lovely. I know it's hard to trust me, but trust me, society stigmas can't adjust me, and it's not just me. I see you as equal and a queen on her throne. Your hair is professional even if you leave it to grow. Wherever us man go and plant our seeds, you're the stone. Communities are built off women, and I don't believe in leaving our own. I don't need to remind you how rich your melanin is. No matter what they do, they can't break you like celery sticks. And if nobody else will, let me present to you this. I know you're fed up and you feel like your men don't support you. But understand, a lot of your men do adore you. And I know that we have a hand in your public portrayal. So let me take these hands to applaud you. Because we come from you, and nothing comes before you.
Wow, what a poem to finish the night on. How did you two find Ryan's poem?
I like the storytelling. I like the story takes us on from like the black girl's perspective. I think we can relate to like some of the stuff she was experiencing, like being watched in hair shops and having to go to specific hair shops. Like I feel like until I really had a job, that's where I was getting like my foundation shades and concealer shades as well. So like I could understand that.
Yeah, definitely.
I really enjoyed like the visuals and like as an accompaniment to like the whole story and with the book and like in the scenario. Like Britt said, I think it's really relatable, and I feel like it also like kind of contextualizes everything that he went on to like talk about in the poem. And yeah, like the hair shop, I feel like it's quite. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a central. It's like a
Little home.
utopia of like
Yeah.
people's. So I feel like including that was really like was like a nice and like kind of like touch, if that makes sense.
Definitely, and I think what I loved was when he spoke about like black businesses and black women making businesses and starting businesses, because like if we think about the hair shops in Birmingham that are for black hair, majority of them are Asian owned, and it's like when you see a young black woman or a black woman in general start selling products, start actually communities for hair care, it's actually so phenomenal. And it's something that is like activism in itself in a weird way. Like you're starting a business, but by you are actually making a change which is bigger than a financial one.
Yeah, I think it's just like the reclaiming of it. I feel like it would be nice because it feels like black hair care is obviously very profitable. So it'd be nice if like black people got the rewards from what they were selling. But nah, I like the whole pinpointing of the hair shop. It felt like home.
Yeah, 100%. And if anyone is looking for hair shops, is in Birmingham and would like to kind of buy hair products, please do check into if they are black owned, because a lot of the time a quick search on Google, a quick search on Instagram, and you will find thousands of black women who are selling amazing top tier products that actually a lot of the time they've sourced themselves, they've marketed themselves, they've even made themselves. So why would you not shop black?
Period.
Anyway, so that is the wrap for tonight. Thank you to my two lovely hosts. How have you both found it?
Thank you. No, this is fun. This is really exciting.
And where can we see your work?
Our work. We can follow us on Instagram, which is @minutesinmelanin, or on Twitter @minsinmelanin. And then as soon as, like, if you keep an eye out on those two kind of pages, you'll know when our first podcast episode is out, and that'll be on like all the normal places that you listen to stuff, like Spotify, Apple Music, etc.
Amazing. And I'm so excited to listen to it. Everyone, make sure you follow us at Beat Freaks, BEATFREEKS, because we will definitely be sharing their work as well. We already plug their work quite a lot, but when we have that first podcast episode, it is going to be everywhere. And then on top of this, we have a takeover this Friday and this Saturday from our youth group, We Are Here Brum. So they're going to be speaking a bit about Black Lives Matter and their experiences as young Black people. All of them are between the ages of 15 to 18. So please support, as they are actually all emerging and they are all being so brave by sharing their stories, opinions, and taking over our platforms this weekend. And then last but not least, if you head over to the link in our bio on all of our social media, that's where you can join our community. Now, why should you join our community? Firstly, I'm your community engager. So I'll be here to engage you, give you opportunities, give you funding, work with our head of community, Tom, to make sure that you're growing, thriving, and that you are collecting all your keys to success. But secondly, as soon as you sign up to our community, you'll get monthly mailers full of opportunities from not just our organisation, but others' organisations. And it is also 110% free. We will never, and we have never asked for someone to pay for anything within Beat Freaks if you're a community member. So come through, get involved, and make sure you are at Poetry Jam next Thursday, same place, same time. Oh, it's not next Thursday. We were doing so well. It's next Thursday. It's the first Thursday of next month. Did that make sense?
That makes sense.
Can you two say it as well, just so that I make sure I said it right, please?
The next Poetry Jam will be the first
Thursday of next month.
Thank you. At 7 p.m. right here on the same channel. Please tune in and have a blessed weekend. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.